Hello. After all these mindfulness exercises, I assume that by now you should have gotten the idea that mindfulness is a sort of ERP, exposure and response prevention. This is because each time I ask you to observe or to notice your movement or your body sensations or your feelings or your thoughts. Each time I ask you to notice and observe that, I ask you also not to react, not to comment, not to add any thoughts. Okay. So you are exposed to these objects, to mindfulness objects. You are exposed to your thoughts and feelings and body sensations. And at the same time, you shouldn't do anything. You simply observe and notice without any comment, reaction, or judgment or anything. This is look like ERP. You expose yourself to the trigger of the OCD, of the anxiety, but simply you don't do any response. This is, let us say, a classical ERP. Okay, so mindfulness in itself is therapeutic. So, of course, it will train your brain to do a lot of observation without commenting and without judgments, but also in itself is therapeutic. So we use it in our therapy steps, but in fact, in itself, it is therapeutic. Okay. Okay. In the last exercise, it was a mindfulness of breathing exercise. I assume that you have trained yourself in focusing and in mindfulness of your breathing at least for 5 minutes uh, without interrupting that with thoughts or with another thing. So you have trained in the last 2 weeks, I assume, or the week, so that you can within 5 minutes completely focused on your breath, completely aware of your breathing in and out. So now you don't need counting. Of course, you can use it, but I assume that now in the fourth exercise, now in this video, I will introduce the mindfulness of thoughts, and we will use the your capability that you have already developed through the last exercise and the other exercises, but specifically from the last exercise, that you can focus on your breath and simultaneously be aware and notice your thought. Okay? So go to a quiet place, uh, shut down your mobile telephone, your laptop, your computer. Nothing should grab your attention. Okay? And sit with better with the closed eyes, and with your attention go to the nostrils. Okay? And try to observe your breathing in and out. At the same time, of course, do not force any thought, do not force any ideas. At the same time, uh, pay attention to the arising thought. Do not force a specific thought, but pay attention. So you are now focusing on your nostrils, the air movements here, and at the same time, simultaneously, you are noticing a thought, if there is a thought coming, okay, at the same time, simultaneously. If a thought appeared to your consciousness, then say thinking and go back again to your nostrils. Very simple. Of course, without comment, without judgment, without any reaction. So you sit, you focus on your breathing, on your nostrils, the movement of air. At the same time, you are noticing any thought, any thought that appears to your consciousness. Okay, when you notice that, when you become aware of this thought, acknowledge it. So say not aloud in yourself, say thinking, and come back again to your nostrils. Uh, when you are uh, focusing on your breathing and a thought came, focus only on the fact that there is a thought. So do not go in the content of the thought. Okay? It is very important not to go to the content, to the story of the thought. No, simply uh, acknowledge that there is a thought and then come back. Okay? It is very important. Okay, while you are sitting focusing on your breathing, maybe you will get body sensation or emotion, feelings. Do not focus on them. You focus only on your breathing, and at the same time you are focusing on the waiting for the thought to come. Okay? So simultaneously you are doing two things. Focusing here and waiting for the thought. Okay, if a thought comes, then focus only on the fact that there is a thought, and then acknowledge that by saying not allowed thinking, and you come back again to your breathing. Maybe someone will ask, what is the difference between this exercise, so the exercise of mindfulness of thoughts, and the mindfulness, and the last exercise, the mindfulness of breathing. uh, in the mindfulness of breathing exercise, you don't have you have a counting, so to be sure that you are continuously focusing on your breathing, you are completely aware continuously without interruption on your breathing, then we introduced the counting. If you have done with the counting, so you can always count to 10 without any interruption, always aware that you are continuously mindful of your breathing. Then you stop with counting and simply, also in exercise 3, this is in exercise 3, mindfulness of breathing, then you stop with counting and you simply only be mindful of your in and out breathing. This is exercise 3. In exercise 4, in mindfulness of thoughts, here you don't have counting. You simply focus here, and at the same time, when a thought came, you acknowledge that by saying, of course, not loud, thinking, then you come back. Okay? So, in fact, the intention is different. In the mindfulness of breathing, the intention was only to be sure that you are completely aware of your breathing. But in this exercise, mindfulness of thoughts, no, the intention is not that you are completely aware of your breathing. No, you focus on your breathing, and at the same time you wait for a thought to come. Only a thought, no body sensation, no feeling, no emotion, nothing. Okay, only breathing and waiting for the thought to come. When it comes, you acknowledge that, and then you come back to your breath. Do this exercise for 5 or 10 minutes per day for 1-2 weeks. In fact, you will use this exercise a lot, but also I have developed a specific version for feelings, to be mindful of your feelings derived from this exercise. Okay, see you in the next film, and take care, and bye bye.